You're now listening to the Pitchside Peregrine Podcast, your home for all things Athletic Club Boise.
All right, everybody. Before we get into today's episode, quick shout out to KJO Insurance, the first sponsor of the Pitchside Peregrines podcast. Look, insurance premiums suck, but your coverage doesn't have to. They know Idaho and the Pacific Northwest, and they'll actually find you a deal that makes sense. DM them on Instagram at KJO Insurance with Pitchside, or call 208-883-4800 and tell them Kyle and Elias sent you. All right, let's talk some AC Boise.
Welcome, everyone, to the Pitchside Peregrines podcast. Today, we are doing the first of many pre-game analysis, pre-game thoughts, pre-game predictions, whatever you want to call it, of the first ever match that Athletic Club Boise will be playing, that is against the Sarasota Paradise. But before we get into that, I think we have a couple housekeeping items, some player signatures that we just wanted to sprinkle into today's episode, just to make sure that we've talked about everyone and talked and given you, the lovely listener, some information about it. So for first off, the first latest signature signing player person is the number 9 we've all been requesting, the Brazilian striker that Nate Miller teased months ago, it feels like, is Luan Brito is his name.
Yeah, there you go. Got it. Luan Brito.
And he's coming to us from Brazilian side. Is it Fluminense?
Fluminense.
Fluminense, which
I'm
is
pretty sure. I'm 90% sure it's Fluminense.
Yeah, one of those. It's Portuguese.
Yeah, definitely can't speak Portuguese. So
if you don't know that name, that club, they are an amazing academy and a lot of large Premier League or international names. This Fluminense, or whatever you want to call it. Fluminense is their boyhood club, including Thiago Silva and many others. The list could go on. So big name, Kyle. I think this is someone we should be definitely keeping our eyes on. What are your initial thoughts from someone who maybe doesn't have much statistics on him?
Number one, he has more followers than the club itself. Something like that. I think he's got, 15, 20,000 Instagram followers. And the club has probably around the same, but I found that kind of interesting. Talk about left field. Like, I feel like how did we find this guy? I mean, it seems like he's spent time in Uruguay playing. He spent time in Portugal playing for Porto. And it seems like most of his time was reserved for someone who's older. He's coming in, he's 24. So he hasn't played. I think he's played a lot on like the reserve teams, Porto B, Fluminense, under 20s, under 23s. So he doesn't have a ton of senior minutes per se, but it's still so intriguing. I feel like he might be the biggest wild card in USL League One. I know there's been some really exciting signings in the USL Championship. I know today's March 3rd, and now it came out that Danny Rojas from Ted Lasso fame might be signing with the El Paso Locomotive. So maybe outside of him and Jonathan Lewis, who might be signing with Pittsburgh, this might be the most intriguing. Like, again, such an out of left field signing. Talk about upside, though. I mean, he might. He's played in Portugal. What if he just walks into USL League One and he's getting a goal a game? He's just Erling Haaland.
Yeah, just
he's the Erling of Haaland of League One.
Which Danny Rojas' real name is Cristo Fernandez. Let's not maybe give the thought that he's acting Danny as Rojas himself in Ted Lasso, but yeah, I think this signing is exactly what you and I, Kyle, have been talking about, that it's been needed with the structure and the kind of layout and schematic design, whatever you want to call it, tactical design, let's say, in this system, is you need a true number 9, a true striker, a true person who can just get into these dirty areas, like a Harry Kane, like a Dominic Calvert-Lewin, like Erling Haaland, like you mentioned, and just be able to score goals, finish, and be a menace. When I think AC Boise has done a great job at signing a lot of other areas and having a lot of depth in the
Hmm.
midfield and in the backfield and maybe attacking midfielder roles, some wingers, but no one really who fits that true number nine. And I think Luan fits that perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. I think again, it's hard to find data on this guy, in all honesty, just because like I said, he spent some time with some reserve teams. But again, just the fact that he's been on these teams proves his quality. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean he's pretty tall. I think he's 6'1". It'll be really interesting to see how he operates within the squad because again, he's been pitched to us. He is an out and out number nine. Seems like he is technically gifted again, and this is just kind of going off of the qualitative analysis of people who I've read, who I've read, and I've been translating a lot of tweets, or what do you call them on X now, whatever it is. I've been translating a lot of
Posts.
posts on X, a lot of posts on X from Portuguese to try and get some sort of idea of what this guy plays like. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how he plays. Other than he is a true number nine, he is a penalty box striker, with good technical ability, and I think it's what we needed. Obviously, we have really the most attacking player team like we have is Omar. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we had done like, oh, what's your projected starting lineup? Maybe I throw this guy in here over Omar. Maybe it's just because how much do you weigh USL League Two with Ballard versus Fluminense? It'll be really
Mm-hmm.
interesting to see.
Yeah, which
But
which
I think,
prior, I guess, competition is more weighted well to be fitting the
mhm,
USL League One structure.
yeah. So no, I this honestly might go down as the most intriguing signing in USL League One this season because he's such an unknown. His pedigree is obviously there based on the teams that he's played for. Um, yeah, really interesting. I mean, it's gonna be. He could be a fan favorite if this dude just walks into this league and just starts scoring goals like crazy. He's gonna be fan favorite very quickly, and maybe we see him. Maybe this is an opportunity for Boise to make some money.
Yeah.
If he's signed to, maybe we could sell him on to a an USL championship team, to a MLS Next Pro, or an MLS team, or somewhere else. Who knows?
Yeah, I
But
know a Richmond kicker player just got signed to an overseas contract for a USL One record six-figure number is what was thrown around. So
you wanna
that
you wanna
does.
try and you wanna try and say that team's name?
No, I'm okay. I'll pass on that one. If we do sell, we're getting maybe a little head over heels saying we're going to sell them, but let's make sure we have a dirty sell-on clause within that sale
A
to
nice
make sure we kept.
20%.
Yeah, at least.
Oh
So,
yeah.
yeah, we're really excited. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he had a slower start to the season, just coming and learning the pace of USL One. Obviously, we hope he comes out of the gate running, but coming to the US, kind of getting used to this
Mm,
style of football, soccer, getting incorporated into the team, which it sounds like he was around team trainings for most of the preseason.
yep.
It's not like he just signed 2 weeks ago and is just now getting with the team. So, yeah, really interested. Really think this could be a contender for Golden Boot winner for the team, let alone the USL one as well. But we'll wait and see. So,
Yep.
Luan, welcome. We're glad we have a number nine on the team now, a true number nine, not to shadow what Omar Yaya could be. We just, from what we've seen, Omar is not doesn't fit that character fully. So,
No,
uh,
but Omar definitely seems like he provides either a starting option or a depth option at all of our attacking like
mm-hmm.
positions. And again, I know I'd mentioned in our one video oh, this is gonna be a 3-4. What did I say? A 3-4-3, or a three
352.
four one two or 3-4-1-2.
Yeah,
I think now the formation we can talk about later, but 3-4-2-1. It's
yeah,
gonna be it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Luan up front, Dennis and Mayaka, or Toomey, sorry, up front, and then Yeah, we'll lay out that out in our final predictions, our guessing at what a starting 11 could look like. But on to number two, we have a backup goalie. Well, maybe backup, maybe more
Maybe
so
backup.
competing 1A, 1B position. That is Joseph and Dema coming us from Clemson University. However, from Death Valley to the Treasure Valley, it writes itself, Kyle.
Yeah, no, yeah, Joseph seems like an absolute monster. I was reading some of his stats from, I believe it was his sophomore year, junior year at Clemson. He didn't allow a goal for 501 minutes. Uh, that's pretty impressive. No, he the first professional contract coming out of Clemson University, where it seems like he was a 4 year starter. If I'm looking at his stats right, or at least a 3 year starter. So this guy, he's no slouch when it comes to game time. It seems like he's a guy who's like, no, I've started everywhere I've played, and so he's not here to ride the bench. Um, so yeah, he looks like he had a pretty significant injury in his sophomore season. But again, he won a national championship, I believe, at Clemson. And again, looks like a 4 year starter. So yeah, I'm not so sure how much he's really going to be expecting to ride the bench. So Javier's got some competition on his hands.
And I think that's great. I mean, I always love a good goalkeeper competition. Just make sure no one's comfortable in goal and that Javier doesn't know or doesn't feel like he can mess up a few times and there's no risking his job. Obviously, Javier, as we've mentioned before, is an insane penalty saving machine, but maybe there's not a, let's say, 4 to 5 plus year resume of consistent goalkeeping efficiency with Javier. So I think having a player like Joseph to be a 21-year-old young goalkeeper talent coming out of college who boasted a 70% save percentage and a 1.01 goals against across his 71 games, um, to kind of be on your coattail of, hey, if it's a couple, you give up a couple stinkers and you aren't the best in the box and kind of your three center backs are starting to not feel comfortable with you in goal, you might have to give Joseph a chance at a USL Cup match and see what he can do, or give him a regular season match when you have 3 games in a week period in May or whatever it looks like. So
Hmm.
I think at first glance you thought, oh, this is a
Yeah,
backup goalie
depth
spot.
option.
But I think the more we've looked into Joseph, the more I think we're both loving the product and loving the potential here. Obviously, Javier will most likely be the starter at the start of the season, barring any unexpectedness. But I think Joseph adds great depth to the position and competition, which is always needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And even the USL on their like season preview for Athletic Club Boise, they called Joseph out as the young player to watch for our team. We don't have a ton of young players. Joseph is just 21. So the fact that it seems like in college a lot of guys graduated, 22, 23. So the
Mm-hmm.
fact that he's coming out of Clemson at 21 and he was again, seems like a 4 year starter. I mean, yeah, with the impressive save percentage, yeah, it seems like there could be definitely be a competition, and who knows how this I guess this preseason went. AC Boise hasn't exactly broadcasted who they're playing and what the scores were of the games that they've played, but
Mm-hmm.
who knows? Maybe Joseph has been the better performer.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, we've heard whispers here and there of final scores and what it looks like. We'll keep that all off the record, but um, Joseph, from what we've seen from content that's been posted, has been with the team for this entire preseason. I'm pretty
mhm,
sure I saw him in San Diego, so he's been with the club the whole time,
mhm,
and earned his spot as the backup goalkeeper. As obviously, I had a close friend of mine whose brother got very deep into the interview process for this backup goalie spot. Unfortunately, didn't get it and lost out to Joseph. But I think there's only pure upside with this young
mhm.
21-year-old talent coming out of
Yep.
Clemson University.
One note too, I guess, kind of it seems like Javier and Joseph, their main attributes are shot stopping. So I
Hmm.
wonder what it's going to look like. Are we going to be really playing out from the back? I don't know how much playing out from the back really happens in USL League One, or is it going to be more of a, you know, hoof it to the halfway line
Kick it
and
somewhere.
hopefully Luan and hey Luan, you're tallish. Let's win a header.
Yeah, let's see how
Um,
sticky the ball is.
yeah, yep, and so yeah, it'll be interesting. But again, I think it's Boise maybe knows it's like, hey, we're playing a pretty aggressive style. Our goalkeeper may be exposed. Let's go and find the best shot stoppers we can find. We don't need
Hmm.
guys with the highest technical ability, and maybe they do have great technical ability on the ball, but maybe that's just not the number one quality they're looking for. It's more the guy. It's like, hey, your number one job is keeping the ball out of the back of the net.
Yeah,
That's all.
just
That's all we need.
do your
That's all
job.
we need. We need Nick Pope. Give us
Yeah,
Nick Pope. Just
yeah. I
boot it.
think both Javier and Joseph have high upside, hopefully,
Yeah,
and we'll
both
see.
young, both young, which is
Both
funny.
young.
Usually goalkeepers are the oldest players on the pitch, and we're coming in with like a 25-year-old and 21-year-old. It's like, oh, great. No, that's great.
We
So
love having some youth around the pitch. And speaking of youth, this connects perfectly into the next signing. We have our second Idaho native, a Rocky Mountain
yeah,
High School graduate, Keegan Euler. Correct us if we're spelling that or saying that wrong, but that's how
sounds
I
about right.
see it. Comes to us from Utah Valley University. So previous teammates with Omar Yeya. I think looked into it. They were teammates for 2 or 3 years, so at least have a rapport. Obviously, they're kind of on different ends of the pitch, but Keegan is a 22-year-old wing back defender, kind of probably
Yeah, it
fills
seems
in.
like he'll fit into that wing back depth. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know what
Phil,
foot he is. Left foot, right foot.
one of them. He plays with his feet, but probably flexible enough from what it looks like. He kind of played all over, and will fill in great for a Blake Bodley or a Nick Moon depth piece. A friend of mine, actually the I guess head coach or manager of our indoor soccer team, played with him. He was a senior when Keegan was a freshman at Rocky Mountain, and he said, "Yeah, I could kind of tell from the get go that this guy is something special." So I know Keegan had a stint at Oregon State University. Ended up playing most of his time at Utah Valley, and then comes
Yep.
to us to
Yep.
comes to us
For
from to play at Athletic Club Boise,
yep.
and
First
hopefully
professional contract for him as
first
well.
professional contract as
Nice.
well.
Nice.
A lot of
Nice.
these are kind of just filling depth pieces or high upside, and I think
Mm-hmm.
Keegan again brings that high upside of college athlete coming
Mm-hmm.
out, signing for in our case his boyhood club equivalent. To now his local team, and
Yeah.
can prove himself as hopefully to be a stand-in League One wingback defending piece.
Yep, and I think he came from the same academy as Blake Bodley because the Boise Timber Thorns network here. We have a partnership with the MLS team. So, who knows when he kind of I'm not really sure what kind of like pathway there is formally, like how did Blake Bodley, go straight from, Boise Timbers? Was there a natural pathway for him to go to the Timbers, properly? So who knows? But yeah, it looks like they had spent some time together for that youth rank here in the Treasure Valley, probably the most well known one.
Yeah, yeah. The Treasure Valley doesn't have many, I guess, high end youth programs like a Boise Timber Thorns that connects directly to an MLS side.
Officially, yeah, like yeah.
Officially, yeah. So to hear that he was a part of that is music to our ears, and there's high potential there. So and we have one more player who conveniently AC Boise announced just hours ago. They must have known that we were recording today and had to give us a little extra information for our podcast. I'm going to do my best to say this, but I
You
hope to
want me
not.
to take it?
I'll try it, and then you'll correct me as you will. I'm gonna say Mausa and Jai.
I think it's just Musa and Jai.
Musa and Jai.
Like, do you know who Musa? Oh God, now I'm gonna butcher it. Musa Dembele.
Mm-mm.
Like, no, that doesn't ring a bell. Okay, that's right.
And the
Yeah,
last name does.
I think it's just Musa.
Musa.
Musa
It's
and
like
Jai.
it's like Iliman Njai from the Premier League. That's really something. You anyone from AC Boise, if you're listening, or really from USL, that's one of my favorite things that the Premier League does is the pronunciations. It creates amazing clips. It creates
Uh,
amazing social media reaction with "I am Daniel Faka" or uh, Iliman Njai,
You're doing this way too good.
Tyrone Mings. If you haven't, if you're listening
What
to
a
this right now and
gift.
they're
What a
saying,
gift to our
who on
listeners.
earth is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Just Google the names I just said and you'll see. There is a dearth or a vast amount of content to consume there. And social
Hmm.
media team, if you're listening, I would love to have that. A, for my selfishness to know how to pronounce uh,
Dennis. I just need to
Dennis
know Dennis. Yeah,
Kostishin,
Dennis. Dennis is the tough one for
um,
me.
Philip Mayaka, just to make sure we're all pronouncing it correct. And
Yeah, that's
also,
good.
it's
Omar. I
Tumi
just to confirm.
Moshabani, just if it's
Is it
Moshabani, whatever it is. Uh,
is it
my
yeah or is
recommendation,
it yeah?
yeah,
Omar, just give us if we ever have the opportunity to interview any of these guys, that's the first question I'm asking. It's like, please, please, please tell me if I'm a jerk or not.
yeah,
Like,
butchering your name. But back to the
yeah,
signing, Mr.
yes, Musa,
Njai.
Musa and Jai
He's not just a hard name to pronounce. He is the 2025 USL2 Defensive Player of the Year. So first pro contract because USL2 is semi-pro technically, coming to us from Vermont Green FC. He went to college at VCU, which is oh boy,
Virginia
Virginia
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth. You might see them in March Madness often. Shaka Smart was their head coach when they were big in what the 2010s. Uh, Random
Dude,
Elias
yeah,
Nugget.
I literally only watch uh college basketball during March
Yeah,
Madness.
yeah. So, but to hear that AC Boise has I don't know if it's the pocket of contractual dollar amounts, or maybe Nate Miller selling the player on his role. He is a center back through and through, which adds to now five center backs on the roster, which I think that
Hmm.
is a amazing number to have. Yes,
Yeah,
since AC
depth
Boise,
is
we
important.
think we'll be having a back three, having two depth pieces with Njai and Benian Yao
Yep,
is
Benny,
just
yeah.
like or Benian. That's another one I'd like to get confirmation
Yeah,
on.
that would be nice.
Is if it's an injury, we have still three starting and one on the bench. If it's a cup game, you can pull, let's just say Jake Kroll and Jonathan Ricketts off and give Benny and Njai some time playing or
Yeah,
whatever it
I
looks
mean,
like.
you need squad rotation. It's a long season.
It's
It's
a
a
long
really
season.
long
There's
season.
taxing weeks where it's 2, 3 games in a week. All those things factor in. And I think I would love if Leeds had a fifth center back. We're running on four and we're having to play players out of position right now due to injury. So I think having five true center back talents will only be beneficial for the longevity of the season. Yes, it's maybe not the sexy signing of an insane goal scoring machine forward or number nine. But fun stat nugget is Nate Miller, his last year at San Diego Loyal, his team had the 14 headed goals the entire season, which was
Mm,
second in the league that year, which most of headed goals usually come from your tall Jake Dengler, 6'5",
hmm.
your big slab head center backs who are running up on a corner or a set piece who can just put it in. And so having more tall center backs who fit that
Hmm.
bill will only provide more potential goal scoring and stability in a worst case scenario where someone is unfortunately injured.
Yeah, absolutely. And Musa, I mean, this is a guy who, again, kind of like Joseph. I mean, this guy has set, I was looking at some of the stats that he had at Vermont Green. So not only, so he's only 25, but he's been the captain, I think, for Vermont for the last two seasons. And he has led the team in at least in 2024, but possibly 2025 as well. He led the team in appearances, in starts, in minutes, and I mean, I think Vermont Green fans are pretty devastated by this one. I think this one hurts their soul a little bit because I mean all I'm seeing is posts about how this guy is the epitome of dedication. This guy's the epitome of what it meant to be a Vermont Green player. And so getting that guy for Boise, I mean obviously devastation for Vermont. Um, but yeah, they seem to really like this guy. So it's always tough to lose your captain. He's definitely scored some goals. I'm looking at some highlights right now. So no, it is, and it's yeah. So this is a cool player. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know who, you know, watch out guys who may we just assume, we had done that episode. It's like, oh, who's going to be the starting lineup for the first game or what's that going to be? And maybe we can do that as part of the production for this one. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this guy could slot in. This guy could come in and be like, no, you're not starting anymore. This is my job now.
Yeah, and I think that's what you always want
Hmm.
in roster construction is I mean, it's rude to say, but you don't want someone who's like a backup quarterback who's like not threatening the starter's role and is just kind of
Hmm.
like, oh crap,
Especially
he's
especially at this level, I
yeah.
feel like at a league
Well,
where
that
we're
has to
we're
be a
not
part
the
of.
top division, and you want guys to grow because you want to be able to sell these players or at
Yeah.
least get something for them because that's how teams like AC Boise survive.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
Is
these players want to show
hmm
future teams if, let's say, they're not sold, but they at least have some tape for other USL one sides, or let's just say championship sides, or whoever it is,
hmm
for their own personal growth. And this has to be a part of the pitch to the player from the club of saying, hey, like we're a brand new expansion team. We have five center backs. You're gonna get playing time
hmm
to A, grow your own professional career, B, we think you're going to be an amazing fit and valued in our culture and in our team.
Yep.
But it's finding that balance of you want your center back trio and our assumed case for what it looks like to be a great unit. And I think
hmm
having
Because
five
that's probably
train,
the least. That's probably the position other than goalkeeper where you want the least amount of rotation. Is
yeah,
in your center back, is in your back line. You need that consistency. You know, you see forward lines change all the time depending on who you're playing, depending on injuries, whatever. But people always talk about how important it is to have a pretty set team. And I know that that's terrible to hear for guys who are on the subs bench. Um, so maybe again, like you had said, you need minutes. You need minutes in order to get a move somewhere else. You need minutes in order to establish yourself here if you really like it.
mm-hmm,
Well, it's like they're not going to extend your contract if you're not playing.
mm-hmm,
So yeah, it'll be really interesting. But this is again, he's young. This is a guy I think is really going to compete with some folks. It would be interesting. I don't know. Again, it's important to know what foot is preferred because like you don't really like you don't want a right-footed player playing left back. You don't really. It'd be nice for some reason it's like frowned upon to have two left-footed center backs. But in a back three, you at least want one. Like you want one left-footed center back. So maybe if this guy, I know Jake Cruel is left-footed, or at least that's my assumption because he's played left back and center back. So well, if he's playing left back, he must be left-footed. So maybe he is left-footed. I think Bennion might be left-footed. So it'll be interesting to see. And then you can be like, okay, so he's never going to rotate for Jake. He's going to rotate for Jake Dengler or for Jonathan Ricketts. So we'll
mm-hmm.
see. Really interesting ad. Really interesting. Again, poor Vermont Green fans. I was on the USL League Two Reddit. Yep, they're sad.
They're
They're
happy
really
for the
sad,
player,
and
but
I'm really
sad for their
happy.
own product on the
And
pitch.
I'm really happy. This is a
Yeah.
really intriguing signing.
Yeah, it was I mean, from what the posts they had, it looks like he's been training with the team and part of like larger
San
group the larger
was
group.
he a San Diego trip group guy?
I don't know. I've been trying to dig and it's just hard to see faces when the social
Mm-hmm.
media team is so far back. I mean, it looks like there's a good group of 20 plus players
I know.
training every
Yeah.
day.
And
Who
yeah,
knows what ones.
apparently the what's her name, Gracie. Apparently Gracie's really good at her job because she's only getting the players that have been signed
Yeah.
officially. Like,
I think
officially, it's like, dang it.
what Dominic Gasso was the only one who got teased a day early. He was on a video.
And even I haven't seen him in like anything.
Yeah. So all that aside, Njai, the center backs, Musa, we love this signing. We love that AC Boise has whatever it takes to get the USL2 Defender of the Year into the Treasure Valley.
Mm-hmm.
We're sorry,
Really
Vermont
exciting.
Green fans, but we are
Yeah, and
excited for
they seem
him.
like really good fans too. Looking at their stadium, all the pictures are they're full. The fan, I think it's 3,000 seats, and
Yeah.
for League Two, USL League Two, and that's a full stadium. Good for them.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
sorry.
No, we're sorry, but I don't think I could confidently point out Vermont on a map. I'd get it mixed up with New Hampshire or Connecticut. It's
Well, we're
somewhere.
from Idaho. We're from Idaho, and we're saying we can't find
Yeah.
a
I
state
mean,
on a map.
I'm a West Coast Andy, so pretty much Mississippi River and right. No, it's just the Northeast just
Mississippi
confuses
River,
me.
my friend.
The Northeast just confuses me. I
Okay,
know
the Northeast.
Maine,
Yes.
I know Massachusetts, I know New York, but Connecticut, Delaware, Vermont, New Hampshire, really just kind of all
You,
blended to me.
you said New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
New,
We're not going to states, Kyle.
are
We've
you
got a
are you
mission.
doing this on purpose?
No, it's New Hampshire, but I call it New Hampshire.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Again, I told you I thought I was having a stroke.
no strokes are happening here. Our eyes are not lazy, even if they might look like for our video audience. We are here and we are
I'm
pushing through.
I'm not cross-eyed.
Um, but that's all the team news, player signings, everything like that.
Yep.
Before we jump into the Sarasota Paradise preview and our game predictions, let's just take a pause today for a quick ad from our sponsor. Insurance premiums suck, but your coverage doesn't have to. KJO Insurance is local. They know Idaho and they'll make sure you're not getting ripped off. It's really easy. DM at KJO Insurance on Instagram with keyword pitchside or call 208 883 4800. Tell them the podcast sent you. You'll be covered. Now, back to today's episode. Welcome back. We are on the other side of this ad break, and we are ready to talk all things Sarasota Paradise, set the table, some may say, for what potentially we can expect for Saturday, what players we want to keep our eyes out from the Sarasota Paradise, and give you our score predictions, give you maybe our starting 11 thoughts, and all that. So, Kyle, could you, or if you maybe want me to, maybe just give a quick rundown of the Sarasota
Hmm.
Stadium? I know we kind of looked into that a little bit. I have it pulled up here if you don't.
Yeah, no, I got it pulled up here as well. I can pull it up actually. Like, you want me to go Google Maps, or am I
Oh,
just
no, it's okay. You can just talk about it. We won't
okay?
bore
Yeah,
people with photos of a green pitch with palm trees around it.
yeah, no, perfect. I don't know if they even have that down there in Sarasota. But no, so Sarasota Paradise, they are an expansion team. Well, technically they were an existing USL 2 team. This is their first season up in USL 1. So no, they've been around in League Two since 2023. They play technically they don't play in Sarasota. They play in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. But
Which
again,
where is that
it's
near for someone who's maybe
Tampa Bay,
geographically
kind of Tampa Bay area.
cool?
Premier look, I can pull it up.
Yeah, I think it's in Southwest Florida near Tampa. So,
Yep.
competing area with the Tampa Bay Rowdies in the championship probably makes for
Hmm.
easy preseason friendlies from what we've seen from our counterparts that
Yeah,
cover
I think
the.
there's definitely like a plethora of teams down there in Florida for them to they have the opposite problem of us.
Yeah, it makes friendlies a lot easier. You don't have to drive
Yeah.
many hours. It's just a little bit here and
Hmm.
there. It looks like their
Yep,
attendance isn't
exactly.
awful for their League Two.
No,
I
no,
think it was
for
like
League Two.
2,300,
Yeah, 20.
2,250.
So their stadium, apparently their stadium is gonna have 3 to 4 thousand, it looks
Yep.
like. So 3 to 4 thousand. They're at like this complex. So they play it kind of looks like something like Boise is trying to do, where obviously we have the main pitch and then we're gonna develop like the 3 or 4 others. So Florida is obviously the area with a lot of training camps and a lot of like, youth tournaments and things. So it looks like they have this big complex that has everything. And then there's the one more developed stadium. And so no, I mean, it looks like there's some expansion room there. It it looks like a youth tournament stadium, but apparently they pack it out. Oh gosh, they're gonna hate me for saying that. I
I
mean,
like they listen.
am I wrong? But no, it seems like these fans, yeah, their average attendance last year was around 2,300. Again, they've been around since 2023. They're actually started by a Swedish entrepreneur named Marcus Walfridsson.
Of
And they've
course.
been pretty successful. They've been pretty successful. So in 2023, they finished fourth out of six in League Twos in their conference. I assume the Southeast. I'm not familiar with every single conference in the League Two, but they were fourth out of six in 2024. They won their conference, and then in the playoffs, they lost in the conference quarterfinals. In 2025, they finished first again, and then they also lost in the conference semifinals. So they went a little bit further. So they've had two really successful seasons down there in League Two, and now they're moving on up. And they also have really nice kits. What do you
Yeah,
think? I
they're
love it.
their kids are nice. I like them.
We could put them in for the
Yeah,
for the video
video
audience, but
audience. Here is their kids. Wow,
it's it's
beautiful.
Hummel and it's Hummel. Hummel. I've noticed Hummel owns a lot of the USL, which I get. I
Yeah,
get
it's Hummel and Caparelli,
Capelli.
Capelli, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
it's
That's
just
I know
Capelli. I
Cosmos and
think
everything like
it's
that.
Hummel. Hummel's Danish. Capelli is Swedish, I believe.
Wow, there is this team is a Nordic or I guess Scandinavian person's nightmare with a Swedish owner,
Uh,
Danish kit maker,
Danish. Oh, yeah,
and
Danish. Oh, yeah, Danish kit major.
then a Finnish manager, which we'll get to in a
Mm-hmm.
second.
Yeah.
But their League Two resume kind of speaks for itself. A lot of first place finishes in the conference, just can't finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, Kyle, like that doesn't matter because they only have one player from their League Two team last year coming
Yeah.
with them,
For good
which
or
we'll talk
for good or bad.
good or bad, whatever that looks like. But just wanted to give you a taste into what maybe their fandom and their fans have dealt with is they've been a good team for the past few years and they hope to continue that in their USL one campaign this year.
Mm-hmm.
We teased their manager. He is a Finnish manager coming from the Richmond Kickers. We just wrapped up the Olympics, and I've tried to work on my pronunciation of the Finnish players since we had a lot of Finnish hockey players won bronze, and some Seattle Kraken players were on there. So let me see if I can pronounce this as best I can.
I
Maybe
have
it's
faith in you.
Mika Elovara. Yeah, Mika
You
Elovara for the
you
American
get to
audience
do
who maybe
you get to do this for every team, every player. This
I
is
just
now
sit there and
your
go,
job.
Capo, Caco. Oh,
This
okay, yeah.
this is now
Ele
this is
Tolvanen. Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah,
this
okay.
is this is your new job.
Yeah, I'm quitting the podcast and I'm just going to pronounce names and be a voiceover artist for different accents around the world. Um,
The university, you know how they hand the card to the person reading the
yeah,
names when you
that's me.
walk
That's
up
me.
Boise State. That's gonna be you. Only you're gonna make some slightly derogatory
Whoa,
accent
whoa. No,
for whoever's
no
announcing it.
derogatory. It'll all be a consensual agreement upon student and reader. Um, Jokes aside, uh,
Oh, that's
Mika was
amazing.
the assistant coach, head assistant coach, and director of player development and methodology with the Richmond Kickers since 2019. So he had been really developed in that Richmond Kicker system, and he hopes to bring that system with him to the Sarasota Paradise for this year. Uh, so with that, he did poach a player from the Richmond Kicker squad, kind of going into maybe just a few
Mm,
big names to keep your eyes out on. Mika, I guess tactically, just to wrap that up, is traditionally like a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3 system built out of the back, which I know we talked about. We don't know how much USL teams play out of the back from what we've seen or
hmm.
heard.
This might be one of
Um,
them.
this might be one of them. Intensity, pressing, everything like that. Just kind of seems like a pretty consistent idea of we want to be fast and we want to be pressing you and playing out of the back. But the one player that
And
he,
it seems like midfield, like it seems like they kind of focus everything towards the center of the pitch rather than like with wingbacks, we're gonna have a lot of width. They're
mm-hmm,
gonna be more focused on the center of the pitch, less long balls, probably less crosses. It's gonna be more not tiki taka per se, but just more passing. It's gonna be a lot less heading. Well, we'll see how it looks on TV when we get to watch this Saturday.
yeah, yeah, we are excited for that game on ESPN Plus. If you didn't see, I know AC Boise just released all their home kickoff game times,
People
and
were very confused by that.
yeah, I was too. I assumed every game was at 7, but to see if a couple are at 7:30, with one or two being picked up on ESPN2. Everything else is exclusively on ESPN Plus, it looks like. So if you don't have an ESPN Plus subscription, you might want to get one, or you might want to watch at locations scattered around the Treasure Valley that are where watch parties are taking place on Saturday
Yeah,
evenings.
there's quite a few.
Quite a few. Keep your eyes out.
Yep.
Back to the Sarasota Paradise, though. Chandler O'Dwyer.
He's English. Come on.
I can't do that. That one I will get. Um, I'm not ready for that.
Okay.
Everyone
That's
will
fair.
turn off the podcast the second they heard me
There
go.
is one more Finnish player on this
There
team,
is.
so we'll get
I'm
you on
ready
that
for
one.
that one.
Perfect.
But he spent 5 seasons with the Kickers, with 76 appearances, 12 goals, and an attacking midfield role. Again, a creative engine, knows Mika's system, and will kind of be that voice and hopefully that leadership for teaching the players who didn't come from the Kickers the system that is wanted to be built around that. Kyle, do you want to touch on the player who maybe has some previous Premier League Academy experience?
Yeah, absolutely. So they do have one player on their team, Puerto Rico international Callum Stretch, who he was on the Aston Villa Academy in 2015 through 2018. He spent last season or the last two seasons with Tormenta, RAP, 63 appearances. Sorry, too soon. I don't know if we announced that on our on this, but yeah, for
We
those who
did
don't
on
know.
Patreon. For those who
Oh,
aren't
okay.
subscribed, we have a post out talking
Yes,
about it.
for those
So
who haven't heard, Tormenta FC, who is supposed to be the 19th
19th.
or 19th team in USL League One this season. We're now down to 18 because Tormenta, 2 weeks before the season started, folded. Apparently, they are coming back, allegedly. We'll see what that looks like. So, Tormenta had 8 players, 9 players that were formerly on contract, but now
I think it was
they.
17.
Oh, did they have a full team still?
I
Oh,
think so.
no. Well,
They're all
well,
free
this
agents.
this isn't one of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, Callum Stretch, he's going to be slotting in at a center back or a right back. It's just internet. It's really interesting to see any international players in USL. So that's a cool, it, interesting background, having been in a Premier League academy. I think at the time they were in the championship, but still a extremely highly regarded academy. And then yeah, so he's an interesting signing. I expect him to be starting. All right, Elias, this is your time to shine.
Yeah.
Let's hear about the Finnish player.
Another Premier League Academy product, hailing in the Tottenham Premier League, Tottenham Academy from 2017 to 2020. We have Maximus Tainio. Finnish,
That's a
24
10 out
years
of
old.
10.
He spent the last 3 years in the Finnish second tier. This will be his first year here in the USA. A technical midfielder with a bunch of scoring touch. European training roots, as we've mentioned. But I think it's just a name where you see Tottenham, you see Aston Villa, and those names kind of maybe pop out of the page of they were at least good enough at some point in their youth career to be brought over from Finland, to be brought over from Puerto Rico, whether they live there or if they're just claiming those
Yeah,
nationalities.
I think Callum's from here. He just I think his parents are from Puerto Rico,
Gotcha.
possibly.
No matter where they're from, to be a part of those academy products, that there's talent there. Maybe they didn't succeed at their English side academy, but that is something that could easily be unlocked here in USL One. So keep your eye out for Maximus in the midfield. Hopefully a starter. If not, he's at least a fun name to say.
Admittedly, I did creep on his Instagram just because it's interesting to see what these players are doing. The dude's quite the photographer. Like
Yeah.
he seems like his Instagram seems like the most like stereotypical. I'm an European influencer photographer, and they're all very like they're cool. Like admittedly, he has a cool style, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all
I feel
right,
like that's
this dude's cool. I want to
like
hang
that's
out with
all of
him.
like this Sweden, Denmark, Finland. I know they all
The
like
Scandinavians know what they're doing. They
they
know
all
how to
hate each
live.
other. Like Sweden
Yeah, they
thinks
do.
the Danish are stupid because the way they count. I guess how Danish
Have we seen the same reels where it's like the
yeah.
Danish guys making fun of the Swedish and the
Mm-hmm.
Norwegian, and they're all fighting kind of.
They all kind of have that same kind of fun hipster, like teeny weeny beanies, baggy
Hmm.
clothes vibe. But
Yep.
enough about Maximus. We're gonna keep moving forward to make this not like a 2 hour episode.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, Garrett Garrett McLaughlin. Wow,
There you
that's
go.
an easy American name. 28 years old.
Dude, not American at all.
Well, sorry, not Scandinavian.
Yeah. There you go.
Um, but he's an experienced USL player. Played in the championship with Rio Grande or Rio Grande, however you pronounce it, and North Carolina FC before his five League One seasons, including two with Forward Madison. Again, another attacking midfield product. Probably has some flexibility around the pitch. 46 appearances with 5 goals over the past 2 years. It's just a name similar to a Jake Kroll, Jonathan Ricketts, Jake Dengler, somewhere in there of just a name who is a proven talent in this league and provides some senior experience to maybe a younger core.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it seems like I think in his career he's scored a decent amount of goals. I'm trying to find that stat. Yeah. So he's 34 goals in his regular season, I guess, career over
Mm.
in USL. So as a 28-year-old, I mean, he's not scoring, he's not hitting double digits per se, but he's still again an established USL player. Someone to keep an eye out on. Yeah, so he's with Ford Madison, so experience with Jake Kroll. So yeah, the last 5 seasons. So yeah, just again, as you mentioned, good experience. It seems like just a good, solid player. But maybe someone who could pop up with a moment of magic. Obviously because he has 34 goals. He's not he's definitely someone to keep an eye out on. So that'll be an interesting one. And probably we'll hit two more players. The next guy that we're going to talk about is I would say just from scanning this team, probably their most important signing would be Declan Waters. Do you want to try the Irish accent, Anish?
No,
Can you
that's
can you
another
do
one I
Irish?
have. I don't want to touch that
If
one.
there's ever a Scottish player, I have it. I can't do
Keep
Irish.
me in Scandinavia and I can get it. But
Yeah, if he was Scottish, I could do it. But yeah, Declan Waters. So he's 26. He was in the 2025 USL League One All League team. I think he was in the first team. I want to say
he
he was the
was
first
first
team,
team.
first team player, and that was when he was with the Chattanooga Red Wolves. I think he can play kind of like Jake and Jake Kroll, where he's kind of a center back, fullback hybrid. If it's a three at the back system, he's not going to be playing wing back, so he's probably going to slot in as a center back. Yeah, so he made 65 appearances for Chattanooga over the last 2 years. Again, phenomenal player. He's came in as in the USL first team all league. So yeah, he's definitely someone to keep an eye out on. Let's see. Yeah,
Uh,
so
quick
yes.
jump in here. Recently just came back from a Mexican vacation at an all-inclusive resort and met someone from that part of the country, the South. They were from
Oh,
North Carolina, and we were talking about soccer. And he said the proper way to pronounce Chattanooga is Chattanooga, is how he says people from Chattanooga say the name, the city name. So
oh,
don't know if you need a southern accent to say it like that, but he corrected me very quickly and said, "Oh, it's not
hmm.
Chattanooga, buddy. It's Chattanooga." So
Oh, okay. Well,
shout out to random old man who was with his kids sitting in the pool.
I mean,
Uh,
we're obnoxious too. Everyone who looks at Boise, they're like, it's noise,
yeah,
it's
boys.
Boise,
Yeah.
it's Boise. So I get it. Fair enough.
Yep.
Louisville, in the South, it's not Louisville, it's Louisville.
Louisville. Yeah. So
Louisville.
Declan, I
Okay.
think, is a statement signing, kind of the Blake
Mm-hmm.
Bodley equivalent, let's just say, of the pedigree of last year's one of the top players of the USL, League One, and kind of building the core around that star center back is
Mm-hmm.
what hopefully Sarasota Paradise is hoping to do. But
Yeah.
Kyle, who's the last player our listeners should hopefully keep an eye out
Yeah,
for on
so
Saturday?
moving up from USL League Two, the retention wasn't great for Sarasota. They only have one player who was on the team last year who came with them up to League One, and that would be Roberto Burlu. I think he's a fullback. He only played about 400 minutes last season, so he wasn't a regular starter, but I think he's a younger guy. So being able to kind of carry on with the team, it gives the fans someone to root for. I think this is a league that already has a pretty high turnover ratio. So being able to maintain some sort of, people get attached. People get attached to these players. So being able to just even point out one guy who, I think with these teams that are really community focused, so just being able to, he's made connections. I assume he's probably already made connections in the area. So bringing him back is important for the fans too. So I think, will we see him in the starting lineup? Maybe, maybe not. But at least he's a player that says, hey, I'm part of the legacy of this team, making that step forward.
Yeah,
When
like with
not many other guys can do that.
yeah, like with Wrexham's climb from National League to now the
Hmm.
championship, having someone who can, or Luton Town even, maybe is another example of someone who is with the team at the lowest of lows and has slowly grown with the team
Yep.
to say, I've played in the National League, League Two, League One, Championship, Premier League, and I've been with the club the whole time. Just shows to the fans that they care about the players. They're not just
Hmm.
seen as like pawns or what was it that one agent said?
Expenses.
Yeah, they were expenses, not
Oh
assets.
no, not yeah, agent. He's like one of the executive officers of the
Even
USL.
worse.
Yeah, much, much, much worse. But yeah,
uh,
he's the Max Cleworth of Sarasota. That's the Wrexham guy. That's the one player I think has made the climb with them the entire time. He's
yeah,
like 22 years old.
Paul Mullen, if he didn't go on loan to MK Dons this
Oh, I think
past
he's
year.
gone now.
Yeah. Oh, he sold. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
I think he's gone. Yeah.
Tough. So those are the names that we think we should kind of look at. I think we're trying to push this through the finish line. But I think, Kyle, before we get into our predictions, I'd like for each of us to maybe go through a starting 11.
Can we agree on the 3-4-2-1?
3-4-2-1. Yep.
Okay. Uh, we can each say so. I'm gonna go with Javier,
Yep.
starting goalkeeper. Okay. Let's start with the three center backs. So Ricketts, Dangler, and I'm going to stick with Kroll for now.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think the back four, let's just call them with goalie and the back three center backs, there's just too much proven USL talent back there
Hmm.
to make any changes of putting in a Benny and Yao or Musa and Jai at this moment.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
and
and yeah,
give
those
Javier,
are the only two guys that could kind of rotate in.
yeah, I think throwing Joseph in to start the season off, maybe he might be in too deep of water. So I think those are all kind of in my eyes, a surefire win. I'll take the midfield of a midfield four.
Hmm.
I'll take Blake Bodley off the left. I'll take Nick Moon off the right in kind of a wing back role like we talked about. I'll take Charlie Adams with the captain's armband. That's my guess.
Nice.
And then I think Philip Mayaka, the more I've researched into Philip, the more I think I've just loved and fallen in love with the USL One newcomer of potential newcomer of the year nominee, or just a newcomer to keep your eyes out for. He's
Hmm.
just a menace in the MLS Next. Was the third overall pick we saw in the MLS Next draft,
Yeah,
and
in
I think
2021.
and I think that talent is just too good not to at least give him the opportunity to be a part of the first starting 11 in AC Boise history.
Yep. And it seems like so the two depth options, I think, at these two positions with Keegan signing, I think we now have one guy for each. So it's nice to have you need one sub for each position. And it seems like with Dominic Gasso and Keegan Euler?
Yeah,
Euler? Yeah,
Euler.
Euler. Yeah, I think those are the two guys who are going to be stepping in if there's, again, just squad rotation or injuries. Those are the two guys we'll see kind of hold down the number six positions.
I'm guessing you agree with those four players. You don't have any
Nope.
changes. Yeah,
Nope, it
I
would just
think.
be Dom or Keegan kind of rotating in. But no, I expect Charlie and Philip to be. I mean, that's a stellar. I feel like that's a stellar midfield combo. But yeah, I agree with you, Charlie. He's kind of been the social media darling of
Yeah.
AC Boise so far, outside of Blake. And man, there hasn't really been a ton when it comes to like who the team has like they
I
haven't
mean,
really
Dennis
done
on his own
on his
socials
own.
has
Yes,
had a lot
friend of
of
the. Can
fun.
we call him a friend of the pod? Can we do
I
that
mean, he's
officially?
DM'd us, so I'll call him a
Yeah,
friend of
yeah,
the
yeah. Friend
pod.
of the pod.
I
Oh
would love.
yes, I've always wanted to do that.
We've DM'd back and forth and had cordial conversations. I know his Instagram story today had Benian in a in and out hat cooking up scrambles
Yes.
in team training for
Yeah.
people. So it's just fun to get those glimpses inside the
Yep.
clubhouse. Um, so
Yeah, but yeah, going I guess back to the team. Yeah, the fullbacks. Yep, I don't see any changes there at all. I think really the only guy who kind of moves in there. Oh, did we even kind of have anyone? Oh, I guess Keegan. Keegan is the fullback. Sorry. Yeah, I had Keegan more of a central midfielder, but no. So really Dom is the only backup there, and Keegan can fill in as a wingback. So yeah, the depth. We don't have a big roster yet. So
yeah.
hopefully we can get more guys in. We still have some guys who are here on trials.
Hmm.
Um which we accidentally posted someone that we had signed him. Oops, that's okay.
Hey,
Uh,
we're just a fan
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna make mistakes. We're not
We're not
perfect.
the law.
Yep,
A
yep.
classic
But no.
mistake of his college posting that he got his trial extended, which I took
Mm.
as he signed with the team. Oh well,
Hey, I
sorry.
said we. I said
Yeah,
we. Wasn't.
yeah, it wasn't just you. You sent it to
Yeah.
me, but then I took it the extra step
Sorry.
and posted about it. No, you're fine.
You're
Um,
fast. You're
I
you're
am
real
fast. I
you're
try
real
to be.
quick.
Attacking midfield, I think we have a couple options here with Toomey, Dennis, Omar.
Yep. I mean,
Um,
I think that's really it.
yeah, those are the three. So to pick two, I think
Mm.
Toomey's the shoe in,
Oh,
just
I
with
think
his.
Dennis is a shoe in.
I think Toomey with his experience with Nate Miller playing in San
Mm,
Diego and with the Lansing Ignite, I think that's just too big of a bond to break break that trust. I think
mm,
that's a shoe in, and I mean for me, Dennis is the other starter. No
yeah.
offense to Omar, but I just think Dennis has that USL championship experience with his 1 year at El Paso, along with maybe just more professional football career played. As
Hmm.
Omar, this is his first professional contract. Not saying that he couldn't or isn't better than either of those players. It's just, I think for your first game, you want your most maybe consistent team or most bulletproof, for lack of a better word.
Hmm.
And I think you'll see that in my match score prediction of
Mm,
I think we're going to be playing it more safe for the first game, but we'll see. Kyle, do you
mm.
disagree with
I
Toomey and
think I agree with
Dennis?
the starters. I think I agree. I think it's gonna be Dennis and Toomey.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think Omar is definitely a player. He's gonna come off. He's gonna play every single game.
Yeah.
Even if he's not starting, I think he's definitely obviously. So I had to double check, but they do allow 5 subs in the USL. So there will be 5 substitutes allowed with a roster size of 16 to 18 for a game day. Um, I Not many teams use all 5.
Yeah.
Um, but I think Omar is going to be a guy who's going to play every single game. And I think, especially in the attacking,
Hmm.
if it's Dennis on the bench or Toomey, these guys are playing every game. Same with
Yeah. I
probably
mean,
Dom. Dom's probably going to come in. Dom Gasso. I've already sorry, Dominic, if that's happening. You're Dom. Sorry. Um, yeah, these
I
just to
mean, you have
save
to,
some legs
yeah.
and
I mean,
and
so
impact
for
subs. Yeah.
our newer audience, like your center backs rarely ever get subbed off unless it's injury related. It's really your
Hmm.
midfielders, attacking midfielders, and maybe your striker who you sub out.
Hmm.
Maybe the names Charlie Adams and Toomey are just the oldest in age,
Because
being
Toomey's 31.
Toomey's 30, I think,
30, okay.
and Charlie
He's
is
31
he's
or
31,
32. Yep.
somewhere in there. So not old because I'm almost. I mean, you're 32 and I'm 27. So
Wrong.
what?
I'm 33.
I'm 28. That's crazy. Classic. I am no, I'm not 28. I turned 28 this year. Whatever.
You were
That's
born in 98.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
2026 and it's not
you're
July yet.
28. You're 28 this year.
Yeah, I'm
For those who
turning
don't
20.
know, me and Elias have the same birthday, July
Yeah, we
4th.
will have a July 4th special celebrating our birthday.
Hmm. Exactly.
Besides the
But yeah,
fact, Charlie Adams and Toomey, I think, just no offense, but just the older you are, the more miles you have on your body, the harder it is to play a full 90,
yep.
especially in those positions where Dominic is a clear sub out for Charlie Adams in a
Hmm.
defensive midfielder role. Omar is a clear replacement to Toomey in that offensive role.
Or Luan Brito.
Yeah,
Like I
or
feel
on
like
Luan Brito.
he's like, or he comes on as like a change in formation. Like
Yeah.
say he gets subbed on for a center back, and then so then we're operating in a different formation. Maybe then we move to a four
Mm-hmm.
three three or 4-2-3-1.
Mm,
There is some flexibility there. There doesn't always need to be a like for like change,
yeah,
depending depending on how the game's going. So
for sure.
we'll see. But no, it seems like we agree. But I think we agreed on the entire lineup. So
Yeah,
it's
and
a
then
three
Luan
four two
Brito
one.
up front.
We oh sorry, we forgot that. That's yeah, because he is really the only striker we have, other than I think Omar filling those shoes. You could also see maybe there's some games where it's kind of like a false nine type thing, where maybe an attacking midfielder fills in there.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Again, I think we need more depth in order before we can really make those sort of tweaks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, Luan, please become the USL League One Erling Holland.
Yeah,
Um,
please just
that
score a
would be
boatload of goals. And Dennis and
yep.
everyone on the
All of the
team.
above.
Everyone
All of
just
the
score
above.
goals.
Yep.
No, I think that from our relatively small USL one knowledge, this team looks very strong for a
Mm-hmm.
newly created side, not even
Yeah.
promoted side, with both proven championship players, first team USL one players last year, overseas or international players coming to USA for their first time. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is going to be a very competitive team heading into the USL one season, campaign, whatever you want to call it, and it should hopefully end in a victory on Saturday.
Yeah.
I guess
It is
Kyle.
before we do the
Yeah.
score prediction. It is funny because so we are a part of a group of people, messaging different, podcasts or creators, whoever in USL space, and the prediction shows are starting to come out. The USL show, I think they're coming out with theirs this week, today or
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow. Um, just people in general, was it the 90 podcast? What is it? Beyond the 90.
Beyond the 90.
And
Yep.
different folks have posted like their predictions, and Boise's been anywhere from number two, and then who was it today? They're called the Kickball Pod,
Well, they were number
or
10, right?
Kick a ball Pod, and they have us as 10th. So
Yeah.
it's the US, and then also Beyond the 90 posted, or Tumbleweed Times posted about how difficult the USL League One is supposed to like be. Because I remember the USL show folks were saying it's like, man, we had Westchester in second last year in their prediction, and they finished last. So apparently it's just an extremely tough league to predict. So again, we're of course going to be pretty high on Boise.
Yeah, I'll be a Boise boomer
Maybe
or homer.
maybe after we do the prediction for this game, maybe we can close out with saying, "Hey, this is where we think Boise's going to finish."
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
We love thinking on the fly. So
Yep.
if you do want to see our tier list for where we think the teams for this year's USL campaign slots in, check out our Patreon. It's behind a $5 paywall. With your $5, you get this exclusive content. You get um, our episodes early. You get blog posts to report post long form blogs about these teams and just kind of get this information all earlier and in a different source of media. As the season kicks on, there will also be hopefully some watch alongs if there's interest in
Hmm.
in you all to watch away games live together.
Hmm.
So if you haven't checked out our Patreon, check it out. It's a cup of coffee a
And
month.
one of you lucky listeners will get it for free. Whoever
Yes,
wins the giveaway, which we
whoever
will be announcing
soon. We're working on.
this week.
Yeah, this week hopefully. Hopefully, let's say on Saturday of the first match if you're listening.
Maybe we could do like a live reveal at the game during halftime
Yeah, maybe.
at Brownbeard.
Yeah, we can workshop that.
Yeah.
But if you're watching this later, the winner may or may not be on the screen right now.
appears
Here's the
appears
winner.
now.
Maybe. Probably not. Elias might not get time to edit that, but we are so looking
We
forward to
know
the
Kyle's
season.
not editing
Yeah,
it.
we know Kyle's not. But yeah, check out our Patreon. $5 a month. It's a cup of coffee for an entire month per month, just to support us. Put a little bit of dollars in our pocket as a thank you, and also you get um, cool content and new stuff to come. Hopefully, as the season progresses.
Yep.
So
We'll get more experience in it, and we'll do more with it.
on to score predictions presented
Hmm.
by our Patreon. Because why not? Let's sponsor our own segment. Um,
A sub sponsor. We're a sub
sub
sponsor
sponsor.
to KJO
Uh,
Insurance.
Sarasota Paradise versus AC Boise, the inaugural kickoff for
Mm,
both teams in USL League One. I'm gonna have to go, I think, with a 2-1 victory for AC Boise. I think I just don't, with this still being a new side. Um, I don't see a clean sheet happening.
mm.
I see potentially us going down early, and then pushing back and kind of being in the true Nate Miller all gas, no brakes, and getting the equalizer. And then, I mean, a 2-1 lead is, in my opinion, the scariest lead in football, because you've shown the opposition they can score, but you've also scored. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2-1
See, two
Boise.
nothing. 2-0 is the scariest lead.
Yeah, 2-1
Yeah, two
Boise.
nothing.
Goal scorers. I know that was the one fun social media thing AC Boise did recently, is who's going to be the first goal scorer. I'm going to say, I'm going to say Toomey is the first goal scorer in AC Boise history, with the brace coming from a Luan Brito header. What about you, Kyle?
I think this is going to be a lot more open. I think Nate Miller wants to set a precedent. I think Nate Miller is going to want to come out of the gates just real fast and electric, try and get some people behind this team, and that will open us up. I'm gonna go with a 6 goal thriller, 4-2 Boise win,
Wow.
with Kostishin scoring the first goal. I think we're gonna score a goal off of a corner. I'm gonna go with Dangler scoring off of a corner, and I'm gonna go with a Luan Brito brace, 2 goals from him. I'm
Wow.
gonna go with I have a funny feeling there's gonna be like a deep cross from Blake or Nick with a nice header, and then I think he's gonna go 1-on-1. I think he'll have a 1-on-1 opportunity and he'll like round the goalkeeper. But I'm gonna go 4-2.
4-2.
4-2
That's,
Boise win.
if that
Aggressive, but I think it's gonna hit.
if that isn't a score line to ignite a fan base of, man, this isn't a 0-0 draw. This is
No.
a high pace, high fun. That's
Yeah.
maybe Kyle and I's difference in soccer, is maybe I'm more of a, I love a 1-0 win
Because
or
you
a,
never get it.
yeah.
Because you never get it. And so you love a clean sheet. You love a 1 goal. Like perfect. We just
Yeah.
scored the one. We're good.
I
Look,
love
that's all we
having
needed.
squeaky bum time for the entire
Yeah.
game, and then have a 94th minute winner to go absolutely ballistic over,
Mm.
versus being up 4 in the first half and you can just kind of coast into a victory.
See, then I'm the Everton fan who I'm used to the 1-0s
Yeah.
or the 0-0s we lose 1-0 after keeping it scoreless for 90 minutes and then we give up a stupid penalty and then 91st, 92nd. So yeah, 4-2. Give
4
me
2,
break it open. Let's run this thing into the ground.
4-2 for Kyle, 2-1 for Elias.
Should we
Let us know.
proposition for you, Elias. Should we
Yeah, yeah.
do a running tally for we can do points, so we get 3 points if we guess. We could do 2 points if you guess the correct result. So if we both, because we're not always going to pick Boise to win.
Yeah.
So throughout the season, we could do all right. 2 points if we get the correct result.
Okay.
3 points if you, or maybe we could double it. Maybe it's a 1 point if you get the correct result. 3 points if you get the correct result, like win or loss with the correct score line.
I think a correct score line's got to be like 10
Three.
points.
No, but that's the thing. 1 point for correct result. So that means you have to win 3 games in a row to even get like one game where you just pick the correct score line.
Yeah, let's
So
do
it
it.
could be,
3 points.
and then so 3 points for the correct score line, 1 point for the correct result, and then obviously if you get it wrong, even if it's a draw, you get nothing.
Yep. And
I like it.
then 1 point for first goal scorer for at least this game.
Oh yeah, I kind of like that. That's kind of interesting.
We'll keep a constant tally. We'll have something on the screen of keeping up,
Yeah, we
and
can
the
add like a little
winner. We'll
box.
we'll
Yeah.
Kyle and I will workshop a punishment or a prize for the
A
winner for the
punishment.
end of the year. No
Oh,
punishment, only prizes here.
maybe Brownbeard loser has to do a keg stand
Yeah, let's do
in
that.
front of the bar at like the last.
Away
Maybe
game.
maybe we'll have like an end of season like thing with the river guard or the club, and
Yeah,
whoever loses has to do a keg stand in front of
yeah.
everybody or something
Or
really
or
dumb.
maybe our last home game with all of our Patreon earnings. We just have to drink an excessive amount on the last match and just have some fun. So let us know your score predictions in the comments below on Spotify or YouTube. Sorry,
Yeah.
Apple listeners, you don't get comments. Let us know if you have any differing thoughts on the starting 11
Mm-hmm.
or who your first goal scorer is. I know it's going to be probably trivia for years to come, local trivia companies for your sport heads of who was the first ever player to score for Athletic Club Boise. So we'll be keeping our eyes out for that. And then I guess just programming note before I kick it to Kyle for any closing thoughts is our plan is probably not for this game, but moving forward in the future to have some kind of live reaction on YouTube or Instagram post games to
Mm-hmm.
chat with you all if that's
Yeah,
something you're
we might
interested
try to
in.
workshop at this game. We'll just see how it goes. It might
Yeah,
be tough
probably
in the
not this
bar.
game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably once we hit our stride come April or if not. But if that's something that interests you, leave a comment. We read them. We
Yeah.
love reading them. We love replying to them, and we want to provide content
Yeah.
that you, the listener,
I,
wants
I
to listen
I
to.
think we'll still do the formal post match, like not
Yeah.
live, but like, hey, after the game, we're going to the spare room. We're going to your spare room, and we're
Yep.
going to record an episode immediately afterwards. But yeah,
Or even the parking lot.
yeah, or the parking lot. Yeah, whatever works. But yeah, that'll be something we'd like to do for sure. Getting the fans more involved because this is all for all of us. Like it's for you guys. So your voice matters in what we're talking about, and then people can also tell us that we're morons.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Well,
that's also
Kyle,
that. Oh yeah,
any
follow us on X. Follow us on X.
yes.
I'm gonna be doing some live tweeting of the game results. I'm gonna do my best Patty Boyland impression, the Everton writer for the Athletic who does the live tweeting. So I'll copy his template to see.
Follow us on X. The X
Yep,
handle is
yep.
just down here. That's going to be a lot of where the live tweeting, live
Hmm.
match updates will be coming from. Um, Probably will see some of the same content that's on Instagram as well, but it is hard to live tweet stuff from Instagram on story posts. It just
Yep.
doesn't
Yep.
seem right. So,
We'll do X for that. And then come hang out with us on Saturday. We're gonna
yeah,
be at
Brown Beard,
Brown
me,
Beard on Chinden. Their main location, like the old Barbarian, because they have two. They have two locations. So
yes,
this is the one on the northeast side of the road, on the same
cool,
side as the stadium, as the same side as the stadium. We're gonna be there with the River Guard. We're gonna be. It's a formal watch party, 5:30 on Saturday. Family welcome. It's not 21 and older. It's anyone can come. They're gonna have food. They're gonna have a lot of River Guards, and I know Double Tap Pub is having a watch long. Liga's having a watch long. So there's a lot of other places, and hopefully there's some Cannon County places that are watching the game. But yeah, come hang out at Brownbeard. I'm sure we'll be bouncing around all the way days throughout the season when we're not doing baby stuff
yeah,
and wrangling our kids. But no, it's going to be an awesome season. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to meet a lot of new people, and we are going to be busy. It's going to be a
yes,
good time.
we will. We are so excited to cover this team this season. We're very thankful for KJO to sponsor this
Yeah, thanks, Kevin.
pregame uh, episode series, let's just call it, for this season.
Yep.
So shout out Kevin and the team there at KJO. And yeah, let us know in the comments what you want us to cover more, what you want us to cover less. If you
Hmm.
love Kyle and I's tangents or hate it, uh, whatever it is,
The side quests that we
yeah,
like going
thumbs
on,
up,
and
thumbs down. we're just here to create a Athletic Club Boise content for you all. So
Yeah.
with
Oh,
that,
before we sign off, Kyle
before
thought of a thing.
Kyle thought of a thing.
What are the colors going to be of the away kit since we haven't seen it yet? What are the colors?
White. I'm hoping for white, black, and a little bit of green. No purple. I'm hoping third kit's pure purple, but
Ooh, third
hopefully
kit.
they will drop it and we can talk about that next week.
I think it'll be game day. Like literally they're gonna because
Walk on.
all these teams are posting like the day before. Like this week all these away kits are coming out. I think Boise might be saving it for game day.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll have a professional, their photographer there and then they'll post it. I think it's gonna be white. I think it's gonna be white. I'm picturing white with like really thin pinstripes or like the lightning bolts,
Mm-hmm.
really thin and alternating green and purple. So that's
Mm.
my like vision. I'm like, I thought of this idea in my head. I could design a kit. I could do this.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to the company. But yeah,
Against
mostly
and
white. Yeah,
Hummel.
I'll reach out to against all white with like the lightning bolt
Mm-hmm.
with it's green and purple alternating. And I think that would look
Hey,
pretty sick.
I think it'd look cool. Again, we'll see you on Saturday. Hopefully,
Yep.
you will have Elias and Kyle burning a house down if they play a match in training kits. Um,
I might freak out
yeah,
because
I think we
this is a
both will.
professional league.
Yeah, we
Be
shouldn't be
be
practicing.
professional.
Yes. So, enough chitter chatter from us. Thank you so much for this long form pregame preview. Hopefully, these
What do
moving
you know?
forward.
Kyle and Elias talk too long.
Yeah, we're gonna corporate jargon. We're gonna workshop how to get these into a tight 30-minute episode. But we thank you all so much for listening, and we look forward to chatting to you next time and seeing you Saturday.
Yep. Yep. See you
See
on
ya.
Saturday.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all for today's episode. If you enjoy the show, make sure to like, comment, share with a friend, and make sure you're following the show wherever you listen. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for all updates and future content to come. If you want to help support the pod and get access to exclusive content, early episodes, and bonus perks, head over and check out our Patreon. It truly helps us keep this thing growing. Thanks again for listening. Thanks for being part of the community, and we'll catch you in the next one.